Hello viewers, this is Clive Titmuss at the Early Music Studio. Today I have a lute on my bench, as you can see, and this particular one is getting some renovations, strings being changed and so on. And while I was doing it, it occurred to me that I could do a demonstration here of an important improvement that you can make in which you change what I call the dead string length, the non-sounding string length on the pegbox here, from what is currently a flexible piece of string into a completely inflexible piece of, this is actually a lead core, it's called Lute, and you can use it we can attach a piece on the end of the string here and use that instead. And because it's inelastic and it has a pound test, it has 8.2 kilograms, so that's easily enough. It gives you this excellent quality of having this piece of string be really stiff, and then when you're tuning, you'll find that the response to the peg is much better. I'll show you how to do it in just a minute. 10-course lute stringing is a complicated business requiring many difficult things. You have to have charts, numbers, you've got to have number cards and packages of strings and pliers and lots of peg dope and little boxes that have numbers on them. So there are two knots really here. One is called the sheet bend. That's this one. And the one I'm going to use is called the flag bend. And it's just really doubling over this second line that you introduce. That's actually the leader. It's called the flag bend because it resists the constant tension of the wind, and that makes it ideal for this purpose. It has another advantage, and that is that it doesn't matter how dissimilar the diameters of these two are. We can have quite a thick bass string, right to the thickest even gut strings, and then we can use this leader, which is quite small in diameter, and it will not create a problem. You'll always get a nice loop here, and there'll be the least possible amount of tension on the knot. This is how it's done. So this is how you make the flag bend using with string and the leader. So you make a little loop with your string just about 1 centimeter or so after the nut to give yourself a bit of room. Then you take a length of the leader through the bottom, round the top, and quickly a couple of times through, over. You're actually whipping the little loop there into a little whipped loop so that there's a binding for it. And then you pull that nice and tight, arrange everybody so that everything's all nice and all the tension's taken up. And you get the advantage of this knot is very apparent. The tension's taken at a 45-degree angle. That's far superior to most knots where the shear is 90 degrees, and that's not so good. So this is a superior knot, and as I said, it has the advantage of rationalizing two disparate diameters. We can use quite a fat string here and quite a thin leader, and it works perfectly. You can use 2, 3, or 4 here if you need more wrapping, and then you simply pull the tension on the string and cut off the pieces you don't need. And that's the flag bend. Here I'm going to show you how to tie the knot on this overspun string using some leader. I bought this leader, by the way, about 30 years ago, and I still have some. You can still buy it, no problem. It has a lead core in it. Actually, it's just a polyester outer coating with a piece of lead wire inside, and that makes it very inflexible. So you can see, and this is one thing that drives me crazy when I see other people's lutes, is how messily they get the strings. The strings have to come off the nut and go in nice straight lines, and the leader will help you to do this because you can easily arrange the leader to just have exactly the right amount of material. You need a good coil on the peg itself. Okay, so you just remove the string, and about 1 centimeter longer than the string length, just over the nut, you make a little loop like that. You pass the underneath, make a sizable loop, and come through. There's your sizable loop. And the loop, the live end, the end that you're manipulating, is going around and whipping over and binding the loop. And that's how it works. It binds that loop and then uses the loop as a brake itself. The lead core leader also has the quality of having kind of a mind of its own. At least it isn't springy, that's the worst. So at least this is actually comparatively easily done, I think. So then you arrange to slide your whippings, your wrappings down to the end of the line there, and you can see that indeed in the miniature version it works just as it did in the demonstration with the bigger version with the 45-degree shear point. Much better. Then you can take that. If that's messy, you can just simply take some scissors, cut that off. That threads beautifully and easily into the peg hole. No more of those curly wrappings if you're trying to use like an old string or something. Very annoying to deal with. This is nice and easy. And just a few, just need 3 or 4 to make a coil, that's all you need. And that will provide you with tremendous improvement in your tuning stability. So that's the flag bend used on the lute.